Look, I feel like I cooked with this one. For real. Salutations, everyone. My name is Pietro, and welcome to today's video. And this was actually one, if you watched my previous videos, you might have heard that I lost like a bunch of content that I had recorded. And this was actually one of the videos that I lost, but it wasn't exactly this. So a few weeks back, I played a Boros Guiltspitter deck to a very like razor's edge successful result of 3-2. But it was very clearly because we got lucky. The deck was not very good. And in that post, one of the commenters suggested that I should be playing a Naya version instead, because I could play Cleansing Wildfire, I could play Tameo Safekeeping, which is a very good protection spell, obviously, and I could try to even play things like Weather the Storm and Chrysalis and whatnot. So I did that. I played that deck in one of the videos that I lost, and I got completely obliterated by my competition. The Naya deck had the benefit of having Cleansing Wildfire, which is obviously a good card, and better protection spells, but it also had the problem of not digging enough, not being fast enough. And a lot of the things that happened there were that I just couldn't find the pieces and I died because I didn't have any plan B. I did, however, learn something very cool in that video, which I'm going to replicate here. I learned that if you have frilled Deathspitter and you have a protection spell to make it indestructible, krark-clan shaman becomes basically a shock to the face for every artifact you own. And I actually won one of the games against Blue Terror without needing to use the Guilty Conscience, and by just playing my Guiltspitter, eventually making it indestructible, and then fireballing my opponent with krark-clan shaman. Now, I'm a big believer that if you want to make a deck good, you should be playing the cards that you think shouldn't be legal in the format. And if you watched my BNR video from last week, or a couple weeks ago, I think, for you guys, I talk about this. I mentioned how I think the format would open up more if we got to ban krark-clan shaman, because the decks that are super reliant on creating board presence and making like a bunch of dudes that have synergy and whatnot, those would be opened up more if we removed Krark from the format. Okay, so I actually thought that interaction was much more interesting than the combo itself, which got me thinking, why aren't we trying to maximize that aspect of the deck and not as much the enchantment combo thing with Guilty Conscience? So that is what we are going to try to do today. This is a Mardu Guiltspitter combo still version of the deck, where we are going to try to do something a little different, maybe a little more interesting than before. Now, we are still running the combo, and if you were not here last time, the combo here is frilled Deathspitter. Every time it takes a damage, it shocks your opponent. Guilty Conscience, which is an aura that says every time enchanted creature deals damage, it also takes that much damage, so it's sort of a removal spell. Like you enchant your opponent's creature, the opponent creature fights, hits you or whatever, and then it usually dies. But if you have these two, and your Deathspitter is indestructible by any means you would like, it is just going to machine gun your opponent to death. It deals 2, takes 2, which triggers the Guilty Conscience, and on and on. So is this a 3-card combo? It's actually 4, because you need the initial damage source. So yes, if you play the Deathspitter and you're able to attack with the Deathspitter, yeah, you don't need 4 cards. But if you're trying to do it all in a single turn, you are going to need the 4th card as well. So we are going to attempt to do this with the aforementioned Deathspitter. I'm only going to play 3 Guilty Conscience in this deck today, and if you look at the mana base and the deck, we are 99% Rakdos. We are only playing the Guilty Consciences in the main deck, and then I got some Lone Missionaries in the sideboard that we are going to get to eventually. So we need Deathspitter, Guilty Conscience, the initial source of damage, which can be a burn spell or remove a ping or an attack. We are going to play the full 4 krark-clan because it is just going to be a combo piece for us here. and you need to make it indestructible. In order to make it indestructible today, I shifted from white or green from the previous versions, and I'm gonna play black effects. So I have 4 Maximum Overdrive. This is a card that saw a little bit of talk when it was first spoiled in Nether Drift, but people eventually decided that yes, Toxin Analysis is just better than this. But this is a 2 mana spell, which is a big difference from 1 mana, that puts a +1/+1 counter on target creature, and it gains Death Touch and Indestructible until end of turn. So I'm gonna play 4 of this effect because I am trying to go a little slower, and because this is very good with Krark. If you're able to Maximum Overdrive your Krark, you sacrifice anything, you wipe the board, but you keep a 2/2 krark-clan shaman. I'm going to complement these 4 effects with 2 Professor's Warning, which is, now that I think about it, okay, I'm actually going to make a quick switch here that I had considered before already. I'm going to play the 3rd one here because I do want an extra effect, and I do think I'm going to shove the 4th Krark to the sideboard, probably in place of, let's say, one of the Nile spell bombs. And I know that that might bite me in the butt eventually. But I am playing 3 Professor's Warning, which is a 1 mana trick that you either put a counter on target creature or it gains indestructible until end of turn, and that's it. Much worse than Toxin Analysis, but still gives your creature indestructible. So the important part here is that 1 mana indestructible effect. And this is actually the only indestructible effect in black for 1 mana that we have in Pauper. There's a whole bunch at 2. There are even some that give like indestructible and lifelink and things like that. I am going to try to go with Maximum Overdrive and Professor's Warning here. The +1/+1 counter can be useful, likely not gonna be. This is just gonna be a 1 mana trick for our Deathspitter or for our Krark, depending on how we want to do it. And then I'm going to round out the deck basically with the Jund Wildfire package. So I'm going to be playing 6 draw spells, 4 Offerings and 2 Eviscerator's Insights. I am going to play the full 4 Wildfires, 4 Ichor Wellspring to draw some cards, 3 Blood Fountains here, because we want to get back our Deathspitters and our Krarks, and we just want more artifacts in play, and then 4 Refurbs. The Refurbished here, they don't have any effect in particular with the combo, but they are an artifact creature, which helps to be sacrificed. They, of course, don't die to krark-clan Shaman, and they might be what we need to either tax our opponent's resources a little bit, maybe trade in combat somewhat, and just be able to play a bit of a mid-rangey game until we set up the combo. I personally think that you are going to see me sideboard the Guilty Consciences out in a lot of matchups. Anytime we are playing a controlly matchup, I am likely not going to bring this card in, or rather not keep this card in, and I am more likely going to be focusing on just killing my opponent fairly. What do I mean by fairly? I'm playing 19 lands, and out of those 19, 14 are artifact sources. Or artifact lands, I should say. I'm playing just 4 basics. 1 mountain, 1 plains, 2 swamps. Now, I know 4 clans in Wildfire and only 4 basics might not be great, but again, I'm not focusing on going as long as a deck like Jund or Jeskai Wildfire would go. I am more focused on eventually setting up enough resources to try and kill my opponent. And then, yes, sometimes that's going to be Deathspitter, Krark, make it indestructible, sack all of our lands, and see if it's going to be enough. And then I am complementing that with 4 Galv Blasts. I just think we are going to need interaction sometimes. And we are also going to need to burn our opponent. Maybe the 4 damage from a Galv Blast is what we are missing to be able to burn them out with our mana base. So I understand that this is a deck that's going to be wrecked by Dust to Dust. This is not usually the type of thing that I play, so I accept that that is going to hurt. And again, I don't have any protection outside of Duress in the sideboard. So we're going to see how that goes. But I'm actually excited about this list. I think that we are going to have a decent matchup against things like Elves because of the Krark and the Galvanic. And I also think that this is going to probably be pretty fun. The other times that I did this, machine gunning our opponent was great, but a lot of the time it was just too slow. And if you're playing against a removal pile like Gardens or Jund, it gets pretty hard to be able to do the whole thing. And then you run out of resources. And when you run out of resources, you die because they start drawing 3 cards or 2 mana and you don't have anything to catch you back up. So, sideboard-wise, what are we going to do? The 4 red blasts that a lot of decks are going to play now because of blue. I have the 4th Krark in the sideboard, the full playset of Duress because of what I said in regards to Dust, and other decks in general. I might decide that I want this against something like Elves or Spy to try and nab their card advantage early on. We're going to see. I'm going to play 3 Nile Spell Bombs. I cannot play Relic of Progenitus because I am using Blood Fountains and I have the intention of getting these things back. I mean, I could, but I'm not. And then the 3 Lone Missionaries to just try and give us a little bit of time against Burn. Now, I know that one of the problems here is that white mana is not reliable in the deck early on, so I'm not going to try to go super crazy with these. And I'm obviously not going to be playing Dust in the sideboard for the same reason. But I'm just going to try and see how it feels. Oh, and then I have a Singleton Shattered Landscape here just as an extra source of colors. And sometimes you just want to cycle land when you get in a tough situation. So that's going to be it. Oh yeah, we are playing 61. I'm not going to cut down to 60. I already shaved like the 4th Guilty Conscience, and I don't really want to cut anything else from the deck. And that's it. Let's get to it and see if we are going to scrub out or if we actually might have something fun in our hands to try. See you in the matches. Hey, just wanted to plug my Patreon real quick. I recently started it, and if you're interested in watching more of my content, there are always exclusive videos over there, at least 1 per week. And all the content that I release is going to be released there a week in advance before being released on YouTube. So if you just want to help out, support me, enjoy what I do, or if you got a spicy deck that you want me to try out or maybe try to improve, hit me up. Thanks. All right, welcome to round number 1. We are on the play against giggimille. So this is a hand that doesn't do a whole lot. We do have all the colors. We have a Blood Fountain. We have a protection spell. This is not super fast, but I think due to having a Blood Fountain, and a Galvanic Blast, I think I'm gonna keep. I get to go Rust Veil on 1, and then I might go Blood Fountain on 2. I have both of my swamps in the opening hand, so that might mean that I'm not gonna be searching too much, but I can get to Metalcraft by turn 2. Seems like we're against Gardens. All right. Another Maximum Overdrive is not what I want to see. I'm just going to play the Blood Fountain and pass. And we might be in for a longer match here. I'm actually going to pop the Blood Fountain, discard the Maximum Overdrive. Okay, that's a Krark. That's another Krark. I guess I'll play the Great Furnace, and I think I'll just play a Krark. Just because, depending on how long they don't do anything for, I might be able to chip in for a few points of damage here and there. So that was just another plant token, another protection spell. All right. Swing. So we are definitely drawing the side of our deck that we don't want to be drawing. Opponent draws a couple cards. Not great for us. 9 cards in hand. Twisted Landscape. Okay. Tithing Blade. All right. Okay. Is this really Gardens? Is this maybe Jund Gardens and they're playing Chrysalis? Okay, that's good. So let's Wildfire. Yes. Grab the Plains. We drew another land. All right. Pass the turn. So we don't have a lot of artifacts just yet, and our clock is not great, but maybe we might be able to come to a situation where, ooh, that's nice. I'll play that, yeah. Refurb. Let's see what our opponent's going to discard. Just another land. Sure thing. And I'm just going to pass as well. Cycle? Sure. Cycle's a Twisted Landscape. Another land. 6 cards in hand. Ooh, that's a Deathspitter. That's nice. So theoretically, we could be in a situation where we get to kill our opponent, but I need to draw the Guilty Conscience, and I need them to not have anything. So I think I might just be... What is this? Oh, it's just a flashback on the inside. All right. So obviously, Chrysalis is going to be super annoying when it happens. Another Tithing Blade. Yep, That's fine. Lambus, sure. I'm just gonna get my dudes back. Sacrifice this, get the Krark and the Refurb back. Do you have some sort of instant speed graveyard hate? You do not. Nice. Refurb. Let's always yield to this. Get rid of a Pulse of Murasa, refurb number 2. And yeah, I'm just gonna pass. Opponent discarded a cast down. Okay, we're doing the thing. We missed a land drop and we are a little tight on black mana. Crypt Rats. Okay. You're just gonna pop it immediately? Yeah, that's fine. Any order is fine. Opponent down to 17. Bijukabog is annoying, for sure. But that's okay. Opponent down to 4 cards. Okay. So, Krark. Okay, I have 6 mana. I need 4, 5. I need 6 mana, but my opponent cannot have a removal spell. If they do, it's not great. So I guess I'm just gonna play a Krark and pass the turn. And I'm gonna do it like this, because then I can have an extra mana next turn, and then maybe if I draw an untapped land, I get to do something cool. That's fine. So I might be able to force action here. All right, they grab a swamp. This is a little dangerous because I only have exactly 3 artifacts. Nice, they defile my Krark. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. It's okay. Venging Hunter gets got. Do I go for it? Because if they have another removal spell, it's very bad. Because then I just lose everything if they have another removal spell, right? Am I feeling lucky here? That's pretty annoying. 4, 5, 6 exactly. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Wellspring. Take a redraw. Okay, another Galv Blast is not bad. Play the Krark. Pass the turn. And it was good that they played a Defile, because Defile gets around my indestructible clauses. Opponent scries 1 top, 1 bottom. Also goes for an Ichor Wellspring, sure thing. There's a Chrysalis. Yep. Chrysalis comes down. So 3 cards in hand. I could Maximum Overdrive on my Krark, try to pop the Ichor Wellspring, untap, and then I would have exactly 6 mana to go for the kill. All right, I'm down. Maximum Overdrive on the Krark. So there is another removal spell there, in which case I am going to sacrifice the Ichor to draw a card. First counter gets put on the Chrysalis. That's okay. Now, do I want to get that out of the way? So am I trusting that my opponent's last 2 cards are not removal spells? Not particularly, right? This is rough. And I don't get to see my draw until after. I think I'm just gonna play safe and kill the Chrysalis right now. Okay, Chrysalis dies. Okay, opponent gains some life, that's fine. I can F6 here. Okay, we draw a bridge. Things resolve. Vault of Whispers. And yeah, now I do think that I'm just in a situation where I drop this and hope. Play the Rustvale Bridge. And yeah, pass the turn. Ooh, that's tough. So it doesn't die, but now if my opponent has yet another removal spell, it's bad. And obviously, if I don't find another protection spell, it is also bad. They make a treasure. That's fine. I need them to not have anything. Okay, they play a Geothermal Bog. Just 1 card in hand. Is it really wait, what is this? 4, 5. No! No! Their last card was a Crypt Rats. That sucks. Yeah. So that was obviously very bad, but it is the nature of playing against a removal pile. Okay, Wildfire does something. I'm just gonna Wildfire here. I should have 1 more basic in the deck, and we draw another land. Rough. So now my best draws would be Blood Fountain, but my opponent has the initiative, so they are going to be getting a lot of... Are you serious? So you top decked Cast Down into Crypt Rats into Chrysalis? My guy. Come on, my guy. Help me out here. That's nuts. Yeah, and I'm just drawing lands now. That is insane. They top decked so well. Rough. They found a Troll of Khazad-dûm, so I think I'm dead. That's so unfortunate. I'm very upset. Man, they just had it all. That was a lot of removal spells. So the Duresses are going to be coming in. Again, I don't really think I get to play Guilty Conscience because it's just going to be a dead card a lot of the time. And I'm probably just going to try and set up a situation where I get to kill them fair and square. And if that's the case, I probably want to get rid of the Professor's Warning. And yep, let's try again. I needed them to break once. The crit rats were so unfortunate. All right, I would like to play first. Help me out, deck. This is a single land hand. I'm not going to be keeping this. This is, again, a single land hand. Can't keep it. Rough. But yeah, I knew Gardens was going to be a rough matchup. But I felt we actually did pretty well last game. If it weren't for my opponent's insane sequence of top decks. I mean, I guess I keep, right? It sucks, but it is what it is. And I'm just really hoping that I find another land. The hand is decent. If I find any other land, I get to play Magic. But we're playing 19 lands. 3 one-land hands in a row is quite unlikely, I feel like. All right, and we're off. Our opponent starts off with a Geothermal Bog land. Never didn't have it. Thank you, deck. Please don't hit me with something weird like the Glamour. Please. Mountain. Ichor Wellspring. Sure thing. Okay. So let's Wildfire. Can I get another land off the top? That would be very nice. Feels like my opponent is doing something else while we're playing. Yes, we have a Black Source. Nice. Nice. Perfect. That was probably the best draw I could ask for. Not only it's a land drop, but it's also a land drop that immediately lets me cast Refurb. That's dope. And now next turn I got Ichor Wellspring into Refurb. That's pretty good. Great. Attack. Opponent takes 2. And I do think I'm just going to cast the Wellspring. Draw. I think I might want to do that now, maybe. No, that's not true. Let's Refurb again. I'll keep the Duress. Do I keep the Duress, though? I guess I'll cast the Refurb and see what my opponent wants to do. You're gonna draw a billion. Draws a billion. Up to 8 cards in hand. Must be nice. Okay, let's get rid of one of them. Just a forest. I'll play the Rustvale Bridge. Is there even anything that I want to be hitting here? I don't think so. I think I'm just passing. I want to draw one of those. Please. Lambus. Sure. I guess I can just have 6. Don't need to be too worried about things right now. Immediately draw more? What is this? Troublemaker. Oof. Yeah, sure. Okay. This gets rid of a refurbished. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to do it now, right? Good lord. Okay. So I don't really care about the Nile Spellbomb. Am I going after removal? Yeah, right. Because they have an Avenging Hunter. They don't have the 5th mana yet. But as long... yeah, unfortunately the Reckoner's Bargain is going to be very annoying. But I think I'm just going to go after removal. And then I'm going to hope they don't draw a removal next turn. Because then I get to keep up Maximum Overdrive moving forward. So Cast Down is gone. Defile is gone. Okay, wait. So it's Avenging Hunter out. 4 cards in hand. Yep, pass the turn. But I am definitely feeling my mulligan here. I'm already down to 1 card in hand against my opponent's 5. Sure, there's the Nile Spellbomb. Don't care too much about that. Reckoners. Reckoner's Bargain on the Lembas. No land drop. Okay. I guess I'm just going Ichor Wellspring like this. Take a redraw. Another Maximum Overdrive. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling it here because I am playing with cards that don't really do a whole lot. But if I draw something like a Krark, it's pretty good. If my opponent doesn't find a removal spell, that's the worst possible removal spell. My overdrives don't do anything now. My opponent is missing land drops left and right, but I think we might have been gotten. Did you draw an... Oh, you have the other Reckoners. Oh, it was in the Eviscerators. Rough. Yeah. Now the Avenging Hunter gets to come down. And we are very far behind. Opponent's up to 6 cards. Rough. Unless I draw a... Okay, I was going to say, unless I draw a card, draw a spell right now, I think we're out of it. But offering is pretty good. Let's draw our 3. Okay. I could play the Deathspitter, hold up double removal. Double protection. Oh, I can't hold up double protection, only 1. I think I'm desperate enough where I'm willing to do that. Sure. Play the Deathspitter. Am I mapping? Or am I trying to get the Avenging Hunter? I think I'm far enough behind where I need to just try and get the Avenging Hunter here. Counters, going on the oof, makes sense. 7 cards in hand. Yeah. I guess there's not much point. I'm gonna do it now, and if they have a removal, I'm fine conceding. Yeah, alright. We got absolutely demolished by Gardens. Holy moly. So, yeah, there's not much we can do there. We knew the matchup was gonna be rough, but our opponent just really had everything. And I think game one is the one that we were most likely to win when our opponent didn't know what we were really doing. But yeah, unfortunately, that's what happens sometimes. We are now 0-1. Let's go to the next one. All right, welcome to round 2. We are on the draw against Horse Duck. This is a rough one because it's 2 mana, but it's no black source. And there's not going to be a whole lot that I get to do if I don't hit my black source. Unfortunately, I think that this is a mulligan. And here we go again. 1 land. Okay, that's good. So actually, I think I'm just going to keep the lands, bottom the Krark and the Overdrive. I could bottom like Great Furnace, Overdrive, keep the Krark. Nah, I think I'm in enough trouble in regards to card quantity that I'm just going to keep it like this and hope I'm not playing Elves. That's a Kabira Crossroads. That means that it's likely a slow deck. Probably some sort of Pestilence. Yep. Looking like Pestilence, all right. All right. Great Furnace, Wildfire. I'm just going to grab a second black source here. Drew a Maximum Overdrive. That's fine. And I feel like this is going to be a deck that I imagine it's probably some sort of like Pestilence, Glint Blade variant thing. Yeah, I'll discard the Overdrive here. Professor's Warning. That's fine. Cleansing Wildfire on the bridge. Yep. Grab a white now. Drew another bridge. That's fine. Maybe I should have played the Blood Fountain. I don't know. I don't have any creatures yet. I think I'll take the hit and probably Galv Blast at the end of turn. Let's see what opponent does with the Lembas. Top draw, so they found a land. They did. Glanthawk. Yeah, I'll shoot the refurb. Would rather not have to deal with that when I'm already so low on resources. Unfortunately, they do get to bounce the Lembas back. Got a little bit of advantage that way. Blood Fountain. I'm just gonna immediately crack it to cycle this basic land. Yikes. That's not great. Pass the turn. Really need to hit my card advantage here. Maybe I should be playing the full 8 Eviscerator effects. Take 3. Lembas again. Definitely being on the mulligan to 5 against another grindy deck like this doesn't feel great. Okay, that's very good. I guess I'll tap Furnace Plains. Play the Ichor. Can I get a draw spell? I cannot. No draw spell. No draw spell for us. And yeah, again, here we are in a situation where we have the protection spells, but the protection spells don't do anything. And opponent still has 6 cards in hand with the potential of having many more. You're gonna ninjutsu me? Yikes. Okay. Get hit by a Mukotai. Skyfisher back. Picks up the Lembas. Man, we are not hitting anything. I'm fine calling it quits here. We just drew a bunch of lands and Professor's Warnings, unfortunately. So I think this is just another one of the duress matchups. But I am actually going to keep the combo in this one. And then probably shave what? Like, cut a Maximum Overdrive. I need 3 cuts. Cut like a Galvanic. Galvanic Blast is not even that good against what my opponent is doing, because I'm just going to be trading 1 for 1. So I guess I'll shave a couple blasts. I'm currently at 6 protection effects. That's not a ton. They're likely going to be bringing... Yeah, I think I'll get rid of a Blood Fountain too. They are probably going to be bringing Graveyard Hate. And even though Blood Fountain is very strong overall, I think I don't really want it that much. Okay. So this is a bit of a weird hand, but I get to keep it, which is good. And I do have the duress to try and hit the dust to dust, so I don't get completely blown out. Play the Drossforge Bridge, pass the turn. I do have the full combo, I just need a little bit of help. Okay. Ooh, yeah, I think I'm gonna go refurb instead. You can make your token, go refurb, try to tax my opponent's resources a bit, and see next turn if I get to hit my land drop and duress my opponent. That's just a Lambus. That's fine. They go top. All right. That's not really what I'm looking for. I will duress first. There is the dust to dust. They can't play it next turn though. So what is incoming is a Basilica. I mean, I'm just going to take the dust to dust because it's the most threatening card. And I guess I'm just getting rid of a Professor's Warning. Nice. We find not only the land, but we find a white source too. So, okay. Theoretically... Oh, no, because they're gonna refurb now, right? Oh, just Tithing Blade? Okay. That's not so bad. There's the Basilica that we knew about. Returning the Vault of Whispers. Sure thing. Oh, now I don't have the protection spell. Okay. Yeah, I would need to play the Deathspitter and draw the protection spell. That feels like a long shot. I would just play the Ichor Wellspring. Okay. Duress my opponent. They have a Skyfish and they have... Dang, that's gonna suck. Oh, and they can do everything. They're gonna go refurb, Skyfisher, refurb again. All right. They're gonna completely destroy my hand here. I guess I'll be discarding the land and the Deathspitter because I can at least get it back with the Blood Fountain. Yeah. God, that sucks. Did you draw? Oh, and you drew the Dust to Dust too? Off the top? All right. I don't really think there's a lot that I get to do here anymore. I think I'm fine calling it quits. So, unfortunately, we just got absolutely destroyed again by Glintblade. And yeah, there's not much I can say. Dust to Dust got us in game number 2, and we just mulliganed to 5 in game number 1 and never got anywhere. Let's head into round 3 and see if we can do a little better. All right, welcome back to round number 3. Again, I'm not going to be able to keep this. It's not lands, you know how it goes. So this has a Deathspitter. We have a pair of Ichor Wellsprings. We have a Blood Fountain. Honestly, I think I'm just going to get rid of the Blood Fountain. And we see, oh, we are on the draw against Fisher. Okay, Ice Tunnel. So this is likely Blue-Black Terror or Blue-Black Fae. Start off on a Vault of Whispers. Maybe should have been a Great Furnace. I don't know. Yeah, so Blue-Black Terror then. Oh no, I guess it could still be Fae, right? It's actually more likely to be Fae. Oh, they miss. Nice. Okay, I would like to stop drawing lands now. Thank you very much. Nice. That's exactly what I want to see. Preordain. Preordain goes top. Duress, sure. I guess you can look at my secrets and you can see my Fanatical Offering. Evolving Wilds. Sure thing, buddy. I haven't seen an Evolving Wilds played in so long. Yeah, I mean, at least I get to kill the thing, right? Play the Ichor, draw. Nice, that's good for next turn. I guess I'll just shoot the Augur of Bolas immediately, because I don't want them to be able to ninjutsu that. Oh, I don't have a bridge, actually, so I don't really get to Cleanse and Wildfire just yet. All right, Brainstorm. You're gonna play an Angler. Another Evolving Wilds. My man is here making a statement. They brainstormed, popped with an Evolving Wilds to clean the brainstorm, and then they go top-bottom on a Preordain. And another Preordain. All right. So that's all 3. No, that's only 3 Preordain, not 4. Krark. Okay. So I think I might actually Cleanse and Wildfire my opponent's Ice Tunnel just to Psycho and see if they got a basic. Because I'm not going to wait around for a bridge to do this. Yeah, they got a basic. That's fine. So play the Swamp, play the Krark. And I'm just going to play the Krark here because it is, of course, an attacker. But mostly so I can crack my Ichor Wellsprings. There's another Ice Tunnel. Maybe I should have still Cleansed and Wildfired myself to get a white source. Yeah, I think that might have actually been better. Swing for 1. You gonna kill it. You are not gonna kill it. Okay. Second main phase. Third Ichor. I think if you have a removal, you probably shoot it at the Krark now. Yeah, makes sense. So I'm just gonna sack these 2. Oh, I should have definitely taken the draw first. Now I'm gonna be 1 draw behind. And because if I drew like a draw spell, I could have cast it now. Okay, I didn't. That's fine. So Ichor resolves, take another draw. Okay. I'll just play the bridge, pass the turn. That's obviously a good draw. Stop, the Evolving Wilds are killing me here. I'm still just gonna Offering here. If they got a counterspell, they got a counterspell. I'm drawing a card regardless. Ooh, it is Fae. In that case, I should have waited until my turn. Okay, alright. That's not so bad. I guess I'm playing the Deathspitter. Oh, they can't really do anything right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot the stutters. Die. And I'll keep a land in hand in case something weird happens. But I might just be in a situation where I'm gonna double Deathspitter next turn and then just go beat down. Immediately passing the turn, huh? Swing? No. Ooh! Ooh! Wow, that would have been a disaster. Am I trying to save this one? Probably not, right? Oh, that would have been tough. Alright. Play another one. I might actually just pass here. Because, man, if they had let me just dump my hand, that would have hurt a lot. Jeez. Swing. Okay. I guess let me tap differently. Doesn't really matter too much, but yeah, that's fine. And again, I'll keep the draws for bridge in hand, just in the off chance that I draw like a blood fountain or something. Deathspitter beatdown, baby. Taste it. Nice. Opponent down to 6. I'll play one of the bridges now, just to have an extra artifact in play. Another land. Is this a hardcast ninja? Sure. All right. I'm doing a very good job of drawing exclusively lands. Swing. Am I just letting this happen? I think so. My opponent's going to go down to 1 life, and I get to hold up the other maximum overdrive to protect my Deathspitter. If they find a blocker, it's okay. Or cast Snuff Out. I mean, I'll try to stop it. Did you find a counterspell? You did. All right. Game on, buddy. Yeah, deck. I think I drew 4 lands in a row, right? That's intense. They can definitely get back in the game. Yep. That's one way to get back in the game. Okay. I guess I'll Wildfire. It's a redraw, gets a land out of the deck. Doesn't really matter which one. Okay, that's obviously great. Hope your last card is not a stutter. No! Come on! Seriously? That's so bad. I think I'm just dead now. I mean, I can still draw one of the... No, I just have 1 Galv Blast. I can draw 1 Galv Blast. Oh, my opponents are top decking insanely well. So my friend here drew Ninja or like Counterspell into Snuff Out, into Ninja, into Stutter, into Behold the Multiverse. That's nonsense. Yeah. Insight's very good. I'm not going to complain too much about that draw. I guess I'll tap the white here. I'll just do it right now. 4, 5. Do it again immediately. God. Okay. Pass the turn. But we are very close to straight up losing. If my opponent finds another ninja, it's just probably over. But they're still drawing 2 cards a turn. Their clock is very strong. Yeah, things are not going great. Is this a Gurmag? Seems like it's a Gurmag. Yep. There he is. I guess I'm trying to do this now. Okay. Alright. Okay, the Krark has some text here. I guess I could have tried to Guilty Conscience my opponent's ninja, right? So I'm definitely playing the Vault of Whispers for 8. So I can do everything if I want. So this hits me for 8. Sure. I'll put the aura on the Gurmag. It's just a bad removal spell at this point. And play the Krark. Okay, Krark's in play. Now, what is exactly my plan of action? Is this a removal? Echoing Decay. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Undo. I want to leave the red mana up. 4, 5. Hold priority. Sacrifice Vault of Whispers. Sacrifice Rust Veil Bridge. Cast Eviscerator's Insight. This way I get the ninja off of play. Blood Fountain is not the worst. But I'm just losing lands left and right here. Okay, Gurmag's not gonna attack just yet. Okay, that's obviously a good draw. Refurb. Refurb comes down. What we got? Is it more removal spells? Dispel. Sure. Blood Fountain. Dope. Blood Fountain comes down too. Play the Dross Forge Bridge. Actually, I'm just gonna crack this immediately, right? I could draw something else important. Okay, that's not bad. Ugh. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have done that, because now I can't pop the Blood Fountain immediately. I'll save my dude. Sure. Get a counter on it too. So opponent is top decking, so are we. Okay. Chainers. My man is playing Blue-Black Fae from straight up 2018, 2019 Pauper. Yeah, I think all the cards that he has, that they have, are from that era. That's very commendable, buddy. So I just have one refurb, and I have 7 mana, so I think I don't have 8, and I needed exactly 8. Yeah, I think I messed up by not doing the thing last turn, the Blood Fountain. Because now I really want the Krark plus... Yeah, I really want krark-clan shaman plus frilled Deathspitter. Grab the last basic. Fanatical Offering is obviously great. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'll just play the land, pass, and then we'll see what happens. I'm at 11, which is not super close to dying. The Guilty Conscience here definitely helped, because I would have died to this Gurmag Angler already, if it weren't for it. So now my plan is end of turn, pop the Blood Fountain, get back Krark and Deathspitter. Krark, Deathspitter. All right. Untap. 1, 2, 3. Actually, I should play the Krark first. Red. Deathspitter. Yes, did you really? Okay, that's fine. Fanatical Offering on the Krark. Okay, I can just finally kill my opponent here. Man, that was a grindy game. Holy moly, that was insane. Red Blast's gonna come in for sure. I don't really even know if I want Naya Spellbomb. I'm actually gonna ask my opponent. I'm gonna ask them if they're doing some sort of stipulation challenge, because they're really playing like the old-fashioned Blue-Black Fae. So Duress can be good. There's a lot of stuff here that I could be playing, honestly. Again, I think I might want to shave the Guilty Consciences off. And the Duresses could definitely come into play. They are playing Echoing Decay, which is not great against Professor's Warning. I guess I could put a counter on it, actually, right? I'll just play a pair of Duresses on the draw, and then we'll see how it goes. I definitely could play Naya Spellbomb, but I'm not gonna. Great, so this is a turn 1. It's not actually a refurb on turn 2 just yet, but this hand is very good. See what we're facing. Okay. Oh, I guess they are not playing the old-fashioned one, right? Because they have Behold the Multiverse in there. Ah, that's dumb then. Sorry, opponent, your deck's no longer cool. I thought you were doing something really fun, but then I realized that you do have a new card in your deck. Sure. Relic of Progenitus is absolutely fine. Oh, you don't have a 3rd land? Yeah, that's not gonna be great for you then. Play this. Am I trying to plop down a refurb? I guess I could just Fanatical Offering for 1,000,000 cards. I'll pass. I haven't seen any other fairies either, right? I just saw Stutter. There's the Behold that we know about. So I think my opponent might have made a pretty big mistake, because they decided to turn 2 play Relic of Progenitus instead of doing the other thing. No, I'm not going to Eviscerators. I am going to Offering because of the Relic. Is this a Dispel? That's fine. I still drew my 2-for-1 off of the Ichor. Sure, you can eat a card off my graveyard. Okay, nice. That's what I want to see. Play land, play refurb. Let's have opponent discard a card. Chainer's Edict, sure. And I think I'll play the Krark here. Mostly to have like an extra body to attack with. Yep, okay. I'm not gonna do anything here. Swing. Anything? Oh, we're getting a reaction. Hydro. Sure, I'll try to draw a card. Okay, take 2. I didn't draw another card, which is not... I didn't draw another land, which is not great. Play another refurb. No. Rough. Okay, I'm not gonna fight here, because if I get got by a Stutter, it's so bad. I'll keep up a mana. Yep, you can get my Krark. Hardcast Lorien. Is that what it is? Gurmag? What is this? I do think it might just be a Gurmag. Yup. Okay. This is great. I haven't played against these many Gurmags in such a long time. It's so fun. Alright. Swing. Take your 2 damage, buddy. I will just play a Deathspitter here, and I expect that this one's gonna die, but I got 2 more. And if it's a Chainer's Edict, I might actually sacrifice the Refurbished here. I don't know if that's true, actually. Oh, my opponent is definitely not the aggressor here. I'm happily taking 5. Unless this is Unexpected Fangs, in which case that sort of sucks. But then in which case I wasn't blocking it. I did. Wait, what? Oh, they're ninjutsu. Sure. They're ninjutsuing their Gurmag Angler. That's an expensive way to get a draw. I'm not even mad about that. My opponent paid like 5 mana for that Gurmag. Sure, you can take a peek. That's fine. Ay. So I imagine I'm either losing Galvanic or Red Blast. They sort of do the same thing here. I'm probably losing one or the other, and my opponent then has, and then my opponent then has a Snacker. Not Snacker, Stutter. I can't with the Evolving Wild. Fisher, you're a god among men. You're doing the Lord's work here, buddy. Alright, swing. Sure, I'll just play another Deathspitter. Instantly resolves. Even if they draw a card, it's not even the end of the world. Echoing Decay is definitely a problem. Augur of Boros, sure. See what they get. Please no Echoing Decay. It's a Brainstorm. Okay. Brainstorm goes on the stack. If they attack with the Ninja, I am going to be very tempted to block. I don't think I'm going to do anything else, but I might just block it. Yep. That's fine. I know one of your cards is a Gurmag Angler. Am I fine trading? Yeah, I think so. You take 2. Is that going to be the Gurmag? Yep. Yeah, but that's not even the end of the world. Like, you have a single card in hand. Get rid of the Galv Blast. Untap Cease. That's decent. There's my buddy, other more Deathspitter. Swing for 2. Damage. Play a Blood Fountain. Obviously, the Blood Fountain has limited power here. Oh, yeah, I didn't consider that, did I? Yeah. Ooh, that sucks a lot, actually. I didn't play around that. Definitely. That's pretty bad. Then I guess I'm just sort of forced into killing the Augur of Bolas. They just know about the Red Blast. Might as well do it now so they don't get to draw some sort of ninja thing. They should definitely pop the Relic now too. That's 3 Deathspitters out of the way. That's rough. I should have definitely thought about it. Oh, I also just realized they're playing Relic of Progenitus and Gurmag Angler in the same deck. Ash Barrens. Fine. Swing for 5. Sure thing. That's not great. I'm doing this. The question is, what am I getting rid of? Probably just the swamp. Okay. Swing. I guess I just keep the plains. Maybe I should have maximum. No, that's silly. I was gonna say I should have maximum overdrived. I could have tried to hold as a blocker too. Okay, another refurb is great. Swing. Might have wanted to play the refurb first. They have another Echoing Decay. It's very bad. Another no. Okay. Resolves. I think I just replay the refurb. Yeah. Okay. Refurb number 2 comes into play. Opponent's got 2 cards in hand. One of them was a land. Sure. Take 5, down to 3. Opponent knows that I have a maximum overdrive in hand. Okay. So, Wellspring. Okay. Swing. And opponent has to do something first. That's fine. Okay. So, they need their last card to be a removal spell. Otherwise, they die to my maximum overdrive. Do you die? Yeah, we gotta win. We're on the board, baby. GG's. GG's. Fisher, you are my hero. You're playing an old-fashioned deck, mostly, in a metagame that is very hostile to anything different. I'm big fan. Congratulations on your idea. We are now 1 and 2. Let's go to round 4. All right, welcome back to round number 4. We are on the draw against Silic 105. I am going to keep this hand. I have an Ichor on 2. I have a Krark. What is this? Elven Farsight makes me think that we're playing against Spy, in which case Krark can be pretty good, but I am going to need to find some sort of Death Touch effect. Our opponent goes top, bottom, and reveals an Elves of the Deep Shadow. Sure thing. I think I'm just going to play a Drossforge Bridge and pass, and my Krark is likely going to come down on turn 3. Psycho's a Generous Ascent. Yep. There's the Forest and the Elves of Deep Shadow. I am just going to play Artifact Lands all the way here. Okay, that's an indestructible effect. That's decent. Yep. I knew that was a risk. Sure thing. You're gonna go after my bridge? Yep. I was gonna get got by that regardless, so I'm not super worried about it. Yeah, I wanted to just make another play, but having drawn a wildfire, I do think I'm just gonna go with another bridge here. There's a Ceruli and a Winding Way. Let's see what they hit. Oh, they only hit an Elves of the Deep Shadow? That's unfortunate for them. Didn't attack? Okay. So I'm not overly worried that I'm gonna die next turn exactly, so I think I have a bit of leeway. Let's cleanse in Wildfire. I'll grab red refurb. There's not really anything I get to do, so I'm just gonna play a Sheltered Landscape and pass the turn. It is possible that I die here, but it is pretty unlikely, I think. End of turn, I'll crack the Landscape, grab a Swamp, lead the Stampede. Sure thing. And opponent hits 3 creatures. No Spy though, but they get to cycle the Troll here. There's a Swamp. Pass the turn. Okay. So Shattered Landscape gets me a Swamp as well. Untap. Play Krark. And honestly, I do think I'm just gonna flood the board with stuff. Would I rather another Ichor? Would I rather a Refurb? Probably another Ichor. Cool. Pass the turn. And I currently have 6 artifacts that I can sacrifice. Opponent plays a Tinderwall. Interesting. You're gonna attack? Yep, I'll take 2. That's fine. I don't think I really need to do anything. I'll just take a redraw here. That's cool. Play a Refurb. See what comes out of it. Always yield. There's a Lotlet Giant. Sure thing. And I think I'm fine just passing. End of turn, I'll Fanatical Offering one of the Ichor Wellsprings, draw a million. I just need to find a Guiltspitter and then a Deathspitter. And I think that's just a GG. Because then I get to machine... I mean, of course, I have the Guilty Conscience, but I could just machine gun my opponent. I feel like this matchup is pretty favorable for us. Tinderwall. Okay. 4 mana, 3 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana, 4 mana. Opponent's going back and forth. Balustrade Spy with 2 mana left. Okay, I guess I'll see where the target is going. They are targeting themselves. Well, in that case, Professor's Warning. Should I do? Yeah, I should. Krark gets indestructible till end of turn. Sacrifice Ichor Wellspring. Ooh, that's a good draw too. I can just let the things resolve. Because my Krark doesn't die now. Sacrifice another Ichor. And sacrifice a blood token. Balustrade Spy resolves. Opponent has 3 mana. What should I be worried about here? Like 4th mana from hand Dread Return? I guess that would get me. Sure, I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Okay. Opponent milled a bunch. And there is 1 Dread Return in the graveyard. 2 mana. Masked Vandal. Sure. Going after what? The Refurb? I guess I'll just sack it. Deal opponent damage to the Masked Vandal. And that's just a passing of the turn. Yeah, I'll Galv Blast the Balustrade Spy out of play too. Okay, that's cool. I don't really have anything else super great to get. And as far as I know, my opponent has an Overgrown Battlement in hand. Right? Yeah, I think so. There's just a Refurb in the graveyard. I think I'll just Fanatical Offering the Blood Fountain away. There's another Guilty Conscience. I could play another Blood Fountain, but I would rather just hold the Professor's Warning and pass the turn. Not gonna crack the map token. It's probably more important as just another sacrifice effect, of which I have 5 currently, plus the Galvanic Blast. So I'm feeling pretty confident here. There's the Overgrown Battlement that we knew about. I do need to be a little conscious of the fact that my opponent has things. They have a Dread Return and a Lotlet Giant and 15 creatures in the graveyard. So I do need to be a little worried about that in particular. 5 cards in hand, eh? Okay, I think that's just a passing of the turn again. I think I will crack the map token now. That's just another land. Sure. Blood Fountain. Is that just another passing of the turn? Yeah, because if I find the thing, the dinosaur doesn't do anything right now, so it is just a passing of the turn. Then I get to end of turn, cycle the blood token, but I'm pretty sure now that I'm in a situation where the next creature they play, maybe I should have just killed the Overgrown Battlement. Yeah, so I just need to kill this now, which is unfortunate. I did give him the mana for it though. rough. Yeah. Because if I let this resolve, I die. Because they have the giants and the dread return. Yeah, so there's not a lot that I can do here. I'll just Professor's Warning again. And I will have to lose a couple lands here. So 1, 2, and the Blood Fountain could get back the refurb. That's not great. I think I'll just get rid of the Blood Fountain itself. All right, Battlement resolves. The third Guilty Conscience is definitely not what I want to see. Yeah, I just got to pass here. I drew all 3 Guilty Consciences and no dinosaur. I'm pretty sure that if at any point in the game I had drawn a dinosaur, I would have gotten my opponent, but we haven't gotten that lucky. Opponent's taking a long time to do anything. I'm just waiting. But they've been AFK for like 2 minutes now, so I'll let you guys know when they come back. Alright, so unfortunately our opponent disconnected for more than they were allowed to, and we take a win there. Not exactly how I wanted that game to go, especially because I wanted to see how we could beat them, especially post-sideboard. And that game wasn't over by any means. If our opponent's able to play 2 more creatures, they force me to pop the shaman, and then if they're able to do that yet again the turn after, we straight up die. And even though I think we were at an advantage overall that game, it doesn't really mean that the match was over. Regardless, I'm going to take the win there. We are now 2-2. Let's see if we can stay positive for the last round. All right, and welcome back to the last round. We are on the play against Antonois 57437. Not great, but this is a hand that has 2 of the pieces that I really want to see. And if we are playing against some sort of aggressive fast deck, like Elves or Raleigh or something, this is actually pretty good. I guess the question becomes, how do I lead? And I think I'm just going to lead on a bridge. It's the most dubious of my choices. Ooh, cool. Sure. Let's see if we're going to get tagged by a Spell Pierce or a Force Spike. Nope. Take the draw. Oh, yeah. That's exactly the kind of thing that I want to see. What are we? No longer need to worry about High Tide? Yeah. Okay, Falagi. So this is probably blue-black. Terror. Oh. Skyfisher counterspell Jolted Awake? Tell me more. I'm interested. So I guess that this is an interesting situation then. Because I don't really think that I just want to draw a bunch of cards. Drawing would put me to 10. I could play a land, play a Blood Fountain. That would still be 8. I do have 2 draw spells. And I do know my opponent has a counter spell. So let's do Blood Fountain, pass the turn. And then I get to end of turn, see if I want to Offering or Insight or something. Seeing Core Skyfisher doesn't make me feel overly excited about this krark-clan shaman, I mean. But Jolted Awake... Okay, wait. What is happening? Okay. Why would you put that on your own creature? Just so you don't discard? I don't know if I quite understand what is going on, but okay. Wildfire is good. Yeah, all these cards that I'm drawing are good. I'm gonna be honest, I feel a little worried right now because I don't understand what is happening. I'll grab my white source here. There's another Insight. Holy moly. I guess I'm just gonna ramp. Yeah, take the black. Okay. Well, I got card advantage for days here. Like, holy. Okay, that's a God Pharaoh's Faithful. Drum. What is happening? I'll just Wildfire again. See if my opponent wants to counter this time. Still no. Okay, that's all my basics. All 4 of them are in play. I have 5 mana left still. Guess I'll play another Ichor Wellspring. That's a counterspell, sure thing. Try again. Oops, all draw spells. I have 4 draw spells in hand. Holy moly. Okay, I don't... Ooh, Tune the Narrative is fun. Okay, so you have things that are bigger than 2 mana? Core. What is Core Skyfisher gonna do here? Bounce? Unable to Scream? No, just bounce the Falagi. Oh, I guess you played the Unable to Scream in case you wanted to bounce it back later on? Okay, that makes sense. Relic, Abjure, Brainstorm. Sure, I guess you're taking the Abjure likely? Is this like a... Yeah, they take the Abjure. Is this like a reality acid? Jolted awake on the relic from the graveyard. Dope. Love that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Okay, that's a refurbished. That's a pretty good draw as well. Let's play the refurb. See what my opponent wants to get rid of. Prismatic Strands. Okay. In which case, I probably just want to take some draws here. Sacrifice the Ichor Wellspring. Draw a billion cards. Play another refurbished. Play the Dross Forge Bridge. I guess I can pop one of the map tokens. Galvanic Blast. No, I'll keep that one on top. I'm not quite sure about what is happening, so I guess I'll keep that one. And I can just draw it if I feel like I really need to. There's another Cryogen Relic. Yep, that's fine. Yeah, unfortunately for my opponent, we drew all the card advantage in a matchup where it is definitely going to be relevant. I don't think my opponent's going to be killing me super quick here. Attack? No attack. So, Eviscerator's Insight on probably just the Blood Fountain? Nah, that's dumb. Let's do the map token. You can counter this if you want. Ephemerate on the Skyfisher? Okay, sure. Bouncing the Relic? Uh-huh. Are you now going to counter my Insight? With the counter spell that I knew you had. Okay. So opponent still has the Abjure. That's fine. There's the Galv Blast that we knew about. I don't really know how to proceed here. I think I'll just try to draw some more cards. Sacrifice the Blood Token. There's the Abjure that we also knew about. Sure. Opponent's drawing cards. I guess I'll draw some cards as well. I mean, more cards, I should say. I can sacrifice a land. I have 1 million of them. Okay, so I don't have the full combo, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 artifacts currently. 8 with the Rust Veil Bridge. I will just cast the Deathspitter and pass the turn. Ephemerate's gonna go on the Falaji. Am I interested in Galvanic Blasting this? I don't really think so. The Frilled Deathspitter is already in play. Okay, that's a Brainstorm in response. So they want to make sure that whatever they mill, they get to hit something. There's a Thraben Charm. That's a removal spell. They take it. Okay. 2-man, another Relic. I guess I knew about... No, I didn't, because they already sacrificed 2 relics. No attacks. Okay, so they are holding the Prismatic Strands from the graveyard and something else. The Thraben Charm in hand. Alright, I mean, I guess I might as well start attacking, right? See what happens when I do this. I have a Blood Fountain, so I think that's fine. That's theoretically gonna trade here as well. Okay. Ephemerate on the core Skyfisher. Okay. So I guess now's a pretty good time for me to Galv Blast it. Even though I know it's probably not gonna work. I mean, I gotta get that Prismatic Strand out of the graveyard somehow. What are you bouncing? The Cryogen Relic again? Yep. Okay. So no damage is going to be dealt, basically. Second main, I'll just Cleanse in Wildfire your bounce land. I don't have any more basics in my deck anyway, so there's no point in me keeping it. And I might force them to use the Thraben Charm. Oh, it's a counter spell. Okay. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Then I think I just pass? Yeah. Yeah, my opponent's doing a great job at keeping up. Cryogen Relic is a hell of a card, and I am behind on clock. I should probably play a little faster here. Inverted Iceberg. Okay, that's cute. What is the other side of this? It's just a 6/6 that when it attacks, you tap or untap a thing. Okay, that's fine. All right. Yeah, opponent has a really interesting brew going on. Wait, what happened? They chose Counterspell. Okay, is that the last one? I feel like I've been Counterspelled so many times. 2, 3. Yeah, it's the 4th Counterspell. All right. So I know they have a Counterspell, and I know they have a Thraben Charm in hand. And honestly, wait, what is this? 3 mana? You're gonna play something? Field Mist Border Post? What in the world? Okay. I mean, I'll just cast a Eviscerator's Insight from the graveyard. I'm not super worried about... And I guess I'll sacrifice a refurb. You can counterspell this if you want. You can kill my dinosaur if you want. Opponent is at 31 life too. Counterspell? Sure. There's the fourth one. Are you also going to kill my dinos? No, you're going to exile my graveyard. Okay, that's fine. Another Ichor Wellspring is a great draw. My opponent probably has an Abjure still. Yeah, there's the Abjure. Okay, this is insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still only have 7 artifacts. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm passing. I mean, I can attack with the refurb, right? Any damage that I get is good. Okay, are we just gonna trade? All right, I'll just get that back and replay it. I'm trying to just gain some resources here in this war. Half of the deck, and I haven't seen any Guilty Consciences yet. There's the Relic again. That's a heck of a card, man. 2 mana, another Phallagi. Yep. Moonsnare Prototype. Yeah, opponent's build is sweet. I love it. I just don't know what the deal is with the Field Mist border post. I guess we'll find out sooner or later. That changes the math considerably. I guess there's no point in attacking with the Deathspitter. I'll just hit for 2. 1, 1, 1. Play my other Deathspitter. If I hit another protection spell, things can get crazy. But until then, what is this? 4 mana? 3? Nothing. 2, 3, 4. Moonsnare Prototype. Put on top or bottom? I guess top, but that's not great for me. Opponent with 2 cards in hand. 3, 4. Is this another Moonsnare Prototype? Ooh, draw 3 is pretty good. All right. Opponent has to be a little concerned with decking too. They are at 14 cards. They milled themselves a bunch with these Phallagis. The only reason I put it on top is because I imagine I'm going to replay it and my opponent's going to counterspell it, and then I get to replay the other one that I have in hand. I actually want to know... Oh, okay. I was going to say, I want to know what my opponent's actual end game plan is. I imagine this is going to get back Archaeomancer. Ephemerate, yep. All right, so they're going to try to Ephemerate loop me. But you only have 1 mana now. So I guess I play this and then you Ephemerate the Archaeomancer. Yup. All right. Getting back a counterspell. Sure. So then my Krark comes down. Again, 4, 5. I'm only at 6 artifacts. I can only attack for 2 points of damage here. I could just completely obliterate the board. I don't think that's a winning play, though. Do I just want to kill this? And then the Ephemerate sort of doesn't do a whole lot. I guess if that's the plan, I can wait for the Ephemerate to go on the stack. Oh, maybe I should. Yeah. Yeah, well. Man, this is a weird game. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just gonna do some crimes here. So that's gonna be 4 damage. Yeah, I don't know actually if this is good for me. Oh, and I messed up. I messed up big time. Yeah, opponent says that doesn't change much. Whoops. No, I definitely messed up. I was supposed to hold priority and then do the thing again. Yeah, they got to get back the Ephemerate. That was a pretty big mistake. I might die because of that. 3. There's the Ephemerate again. I'm just gonna have 6 now. Another Ephemerate. Okay, I do need to see a win condition though. Jolted Awake gets back Core Skyfisher. Okay. Skyfisher gonna pick up the Cryogen Relic again? Or the Archaeomancer? The Archaeomancer. Okay. Archaeomancer comes back down. All right, yeah, that's pretty good. So they have 3 mana up. All right, that's the card that I wanted to see. I guess there's not a whole lot that I can do. I'll play the Krark. It's gonna get countered. Yeah, that was a pretty big blunder on my end. I mean, I guess I'll still play it, but counterspell. Yep, pass the turn. Yeah, I'll make my opponent kill us. But we are pretty dead in the water here. I'm just gonna F6 and I'll make him kill us and we'll see what we can do next. I think it would have been better for me to either go all in or don't do anything with the Krark. I did exactly halfway in the middle where I just popped it for 1. And that's fine. I'm not even gonna try to interact with that. So they got the Thraben Charm back and... Okay, I completely lost track of how many Ephemerates that is. Is that all 3? No, there's 2 going on. Yeah, opponent's deck is sweet. That's fun. Jolted Awake on another Skyfisher. Yep. Yeah, and I think that now they are not gonna deck because the clock is just gonna be quicker. Okay, all right. I'll concede now then. Okay, let's try that again. I felt like we got a little unlucky overall. I feel like we had so many turns where we could have just killed our opponent, but we couldn't. I'm not gonna cut the guilty consciences. I'm gonna keep the combo in. Galvanic is good, Krark is good, Reb is good. Everything is good, honestly. I could just cut the whole combo out of the deck. Is that a thing that maybe I should do? So let's have a look. That would be 4, 7, 10. Yeah, I could cut the whole combo, but then I think I just die. Yeah. Then in that case, I think I'm not gonna bother with the Nile spell bombs. I'm gonna keep the duresses. I'm gonna keep the red blasts because those are good. Can probably cut like blood fountain. And you still need 7 cuts. That's so many. Maybe I don't care about the refurbs. Just try to go full combo because I'm not gonna outvalue what my opponent is doing. Fanatical offerings. Yeah, the draw spell tribal was not good enough. Need 3 cuts? I'll cut like 1 maximum overdrive. Then what else? 2 more? I honestly don't know. Cut like a Galv Blast. Cut a draw spell. And let's see if that works. Man, that was a weird... Too many cards to bring in. Yeah, sure. I got Collars. I got a Galv Blast. I have an Ichor Wellspring into Fanatical Offering. It's fine. Oh, I guess I should be a little worried about Dust to Dust, right? Take a draw. And when I say a little worried, I mean a whole lot. All right, Field Mist Border Post. Okay, that's another piece of the combo. I guess I'll play a Mountain. If they want to Dust to Dust me, I can respond. Cycles Lorien Revealed. Sure thing. Phalaji. Yep. That's fine. There's the relic that you want. No? Jolted Awake. Oh, because Jolted Awake gets back the relic. That's cute. Yeah. That's fair. That's a relic for 1 mana. Pretty cool. Yep. Infinite card advantage. Let's get some card advantage of our own going. Cool. Play the dinosaur, pass the turn. See what my opponent's gonna want to try to do about it. If they just pass, I get to keep attacking. If they try to do something super crazy, it's fine as well. Okay. What is the deal with the border posts? I'm trying to figure that out. Is it just another ramp thing? Well, opponent's got 3 mana. 3 mana, unfortunately. How many times do I get to interact? So say I go Guilty Conscience and then I go Professor's Warning. That gives me 3 mana. I guess I could try to interact with that. Okay, Guilty Conscience. Let's see what they have. I think I can beat like a removal spell and a counter spell, but I can't beat double counter spells. Okay, that's a removal spell. Let's try to make my creature indestructible. Okay, resolves indestructible, doesn't work. Okay, attack. So as long as I deal damage, you die. Ooh, Thraben Charm on the aura. That's pretty cool. Galvanic Blast. Trigger. Time to machine gun. Brrr, yeah, got him. Turn 5, baby. Pretty cool. So we got a win there. That's very good for us. We had the pieces that we needed. Now, does that change what I want to be doing? I don't really think so. The krark-clan shaman are obviously good. Clans and what? I don't know. I think there's so many configurations that I could go with these cards. I'm just gonna keep this one. But there is definitely an argument to be made that I should like decide on a path to follow. A great hand. I have the hardest combo piece. Opponent mulligan into 5. I have lands, mulligan into 4. Are they maybe playing like very few lands and that's what the border posts are for? They are mulligan into 4, but don't be fooled. This sort of deck can just make up for lost advantage very fast. There's a Glacial Flood playing, sure thing. I'll just kick off with a Drossforge Bridge. If I had an untapped, okay, I was gonna say, if I had an untapped land, I would definitely, yeah, like this. I would have played it last turn, and I'm just gonna hold up Red Blast here because on a mulligan to 4, if they go for a relic here, I'm just gonna counter it immediately. That might actually warrant being countered too. I just don't want my opponent to have any sort of leg up on the game. Okay, that's another combo piece. I'll just cast the Ichor Wellspring right now. Okay, that's cool. Play the Shattered Landscape. This is gonna be another black source. Jolted Awake. Strong. Sure. So they get what? Counterspell, Skyfisher, Standard Bearer. That's pretty cool, yeah. They don't have a third land. Holding up a blue. Could be an Abjure. I guess I'll just play another Ichor Wellspring, see if they want to hit it. They don't. Draw. Bridge. No, I think I'll play an untapped land and try to draw 3 at the end of their turn. Oh, immediate pass. Okay, I guess I'll cast the Eviscerators. Just gonna have 6 here. If they want to counter it, they counter it. Okay, there's an Archaeomancer in the graveyard now. What they take? They took another Jolted Awake. Sure. 5 cards in hand. I think a Duress is warranted. See if I can cut them off of something. I didn't need to play the Plains there. Okay, probably just take the Blue Blast. Yeah, sure. Let's hit that Blue Blast. Glacial Floodplain, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Now, I guess I could just pass. I'll play a Shaman here. And if they unable to scream on it, I'll just sacrifice it and draw some cards. Oh, I forgot about the Ephemerate. Yeah, well. Oh, hang on, it's rainy. All right, so Philology resolves. They get a counterspell, so they have 2 counterspells right now. 2 counterspells unable to scream, but no mana. And I guess if they found a Tune the Narrative, it would be very good for them, because Tune the Narrative would allow them to get back Archaeomancer. I will Fanatical Offering on the Ichor Wellspring. Okay, untap. That's so many cards in hand. I guess I'll pop the map here. Professor's Warning. That can go to the graveyard. I have one of those in hand already. Play the bridge. And probably just pass the turn. Oh, I have 8 cards in hand. Huh? So the blast forces them to counterspell. Then I can red blast the counterspell. Leave them without nothing. Start clocking them. Sure, I'll do that. Oh, that's very loud. Hang on. So it's raining really hard here. I don't know how the audio is gonna be once it's done. So I'm gonna try to mute myself as much as I can so it doesn't get too much in your head. All right, Galvanic resolved. We're gonna hit for 2. Damage goes through and I'll pass. Still 7 cards in hand. Opponent finds a 3rd land. Jolted Awake on the Philology. Philology mills 3. Abjure. Red, Blue Blast and an Ephemerate. What is it gonna be, buddy? It's a Blue Blast. Moonsnare Prototype, just as a rock of some sort. Okay, untap. Wildfire is pretty good. Let's try that. Wildfire resolves. I'm gonna get my last basic out of the deck. Get another bridge. And yeah, I think I'm just passing with 7 cards in hand again. So the problem here is that even though I have an interaction and I have some draws, I don't have a dinosaur, and the dinosaur is what I really need here to end the game. Of course, Skyfisher kind of makes me want to kill this Philology, even though they have a counterspell in hand. I guess I can let the Skyfisher resolve and then counter the Philology on the way down, which is what I'll try to do. Okay, they don't replay it, that's fine. Blood Fountain is obviously decent. Play that. I don't imagine there's going to be a response here. Yeah, so Blood Fountain resolves. I guess I'm just going to pop it immediately, discard a Guilty Conscience. Another land drop. All right. So, yeah, that's it. I guess I'll Eviscerator's Insight at the end step. My opponent is still pretty pinched on resources. I guess I know about this, and the Jolted Awake has already been cast, huh? So I guess they have 2 counterspells. There's the Philology again. Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm no longer at the point where I'm gonna worry about that too much. There's a Relic. That's a card that I would rather not have resolve. You can grab my Tormods if you want. Yeah, that's... I don't really care too much about that. I don't have any creatures in the graveyard yet. Yeah, I'll just offering my Blood Fountain away. Draw a couple cards. There's a Deathspitter. Cool. Can I get another blast? I cannot get another blast. Okay, so they have mana for 1 counterspell, which I have covered, and then they don't have anything else, so I guess that's that. Let's play the Vault of Whispers. 1, 2, 3. Play the Deathspitter. I guess they can have double Blue Blast. Double Blue Blast would be a problem. Guilty Conscience. That resolved. Professor's Warning. This is the one you want to interact with. Yeah, I mean, I'll cast another one. Oh, opponent just concedes. All right. And we 3-2 Mardu Guiltspitter. Heck yeah. Let's go to the wrap up. Okay. So what do we think? First of all, I think we lost the matchups that were expected of us to lose, the removal pile type of things. And, excuse me, had to sneeze real bad. Okay, so we lost the matchups that we were meant to lose. I guess one of our wins were sort of like not really interesting because our opponent just disconnected, but I think it was an overall positive matchup for us. We got to combo our opponent, I think, twice, and once we just won by grinding them out. I think that's pretty good. I would consider continuing to play and improve this list. The draw spells obviously are great. Krark is great. Galvanic is great. Blood Fountain is busted. I think we are just playing the good cards in this list. Yeah, are we just worse than some sort of like Mardu mid-range control list? Probably. But having a combo is pretty fun. I think that the only thing that I'm a little iffy on is the number of protection spells. Maximum Overdrive, obviously costing 2 mana, is not the fastest, but we saw in that match that it was mostly fine. And I actually went back and checked. There is another 1 black mana protection spell in Pauper, but it is basically the same thing as Professor's Warning. Your creature gets like +1/+0 and indestructible instead of the possible counter. And I think that might be sort of like you decide which one is better. I think the extra counter from Professor's Warning can be very relevant if you are playing against elves, for example, where you get to pump your Krark, deal a damage, come back to your turn, your Krark's still alive. But yeah, I think the list was very fun. If any of you guys want to play this, let me know, please, how you do. And the sideboard strategies and all that stuff. I just had a blast playing it. It was really fun. The deck felt powerful. We got blown out by Dust to Dust once, but it is what it is in this current metagame. I never had a problem with having only 4 basics with the Cleanse and Wildfire. And yeah, that's all. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to plug the Patreon real quick again. If you want more content, you can check out the Patreon. It supports me so I can continue to do this, and it also allows you to get access to all the previous videos that I've uploaded. There are exclusive videos over there that are only available on Patreon. So if you like brewing videos, if you like other gameplays, check it out. It's really fun. And yeah, thank you so much. Stay excellent. I hope you take care of yourself and your loved ones. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.